Hello and welcome to Arkansas Style. I am your host, Nicole Neiman. My team and I work very hard every day to bring you a show you can be proud of, and we're glad you're joining us today. The Root Cafe sources absolutely as much as they can from small farms and producers here in Arkansas. They're here to give us a taste of their most beloved menu items and tell you why they should be your go-to caterers this holiday season. Also, did you know that you can become a professional Santa Claus? Well, you can. We'll talk later to Chris Kennedy, who decided to take on that task after receiving harassment for his inflatable Black Santa decoration on his front lawn. And finally, Dr. Jean Way will join us later to discuss the effects that aging can have on your hair. But before all of that, there are so many ways to enjoy the holidays in Little Rock, and one of those is attending a show at the Robinson Center. With so many great performances on the calendar, you can't make a bad choice. And here to tell us more is Director of Communications, Libby Doss Lloyd. Thanks for being here, Libby.
Thank you, Nicole.
Girl, you got all the party planning, you know, all the hot events.
All the hot events. Well, you know, I mean, it's such a great time because the world has opened back up and people are just really wanting to get out, and they are getting out. And we've got some great lineups at Robinson Center this holiday season.
I can't wait to hear about it because, you know, I've only been here for a few months and I am blown away with the culture and art scene here in Little Rock. It is the best of the best.
Yeah, it really is. About 6 or 7 years ago, we went through a massive $70 million renovation of this historic Robinson Center that was built in 1939. And so you still have the historic exterior of the building, but then everything
beautiful.
Is the performance hall is state of the art. And so first off, we've got Ballet Arkansas's Nutcracker, and that is just, that's a beloved event because so many children are involved, local children, and of course Ballet Arkansas does such a great job, and that is just really a great way to kick off a family event for the holiday season.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I can attest to that because we did a story on Ballet Arkansas, and the Fothergills, who the husband-wife team that lead it, they are so creative.
They are.
So, I mean, if you're going to go see the Nutcracker, be ready to be impressed because there's more to it than, you know, what would meet the eye because those two are behind it.
Absolutely. And then another great lineup is the Arkansas Symphony Orchestra Home for the Holidays.
Yay!
So that is like the weekend before Christmas, and if you really want to get in the holiday spirit with Christmas carols and holiday movie themes, that is, and just the best Christmas music around. We are very fortunate to have the Symphony Orchestra here in the capital city. So that's a great time.
I drag all 4 of my kids to the symphony once a year, and they go kicking and screaming, and after it's over, they thank me. It touches your soul,
right?
It does.
Right.
100%.
It does. I've dragged my son there a few times too, kicking and screaming, but
good mom.
Hopefully it was a good end result. And then finally, we have got the Prophecy Show's tribute to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. And I think that's going to be a phenomenal event in that performance hall.
Okay, so I know one of our anchors, DJ Williams, already has his tickets to that.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that, because that's really a spectacular traveling type of a performance, right?
Well, it is, and this particular one is the tribute to the orchestra, and so if anyone is familiar with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, it's pretty powerful, it's pretty monumental, and it really will move you, right? And so I think that that's going to be just really a phenomenal event in that space.
Oh, gosh. And, you know, again, when you talk about the Robinson Center, I mean, there's almost not a bad seat in the house. I mean, really.
There's really not. I mean, you've got the orchestra seating, you've got the grand tiers and the upper tier, and then you also have box seats. And so I just would encourage people to grab their families. That's great. Those events, any one of them would be a great date night. And, you know, before the show, after the show, come downtown, grab a bite to eat, go to the Capitol Hotel and see the beautiful Christmas tree. I just think that it just is a really great way to kick off the holiday spirit and season, and people are really looking for things to do with their families and just create those special memories.
Yeah, and again, you know, being new here, I'll walk from where I live, which is close to work, to the Capitol, and I'll walk downtown. And that whole Market Square, you know, street, you know, you go from the Robinson Center and then across the street to the Capitol Hotel. I mean, it is just majestic.
It really is.
Your weather is great too. I mean, compared to where I've come from, you can't be doing that now, you know, downtown without, you know, being way too cold
Yeah,
and snowy.
absolutely.
So-
Well, I see some new memories on your horizon. So maybe go to a show at Robinson and have a great time with some friends, and be a fun time.
Yeah, I couldn't choose. I would love all three of those performances.
Yeah.
Do they run like a weekend, a week? How long are they here?
So the Nutcracker, I believe, is the 9th through the 11th. Arkansas Symphony Orchestra is the 16th and the 17th, and then the Prophecy Shows tribute to the orchestra is on the 21st, days before Christmas. So,
Wow.
I mean, it's like bam, 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 and it's just, like you said, the weather is hopefully going to be great, and you can just grab a bite downtown, all River Market District, Main Street, Soma, you know, limited options.
Oh, good. Well, Livy, I love your job. I mean, I think it's easy for you to be the spokesperson of the coolest events.
It's a lot of fun to sell the destination, and it's been a great sell for 10 years that I've been doing it. So.
Very nice. Well, I appreciate you being here. Happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays.
All
Thank
right,
you.
I'll see you at the Robinson Center.
Okay, thanks.
Now, when we return, professional Santa Claus Chris Kennedy will join us to discuss his feature on the new HBO documentary, Santa Camp, and why he chose to take on this seasonal role. Stick around, you're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. He had one goal in mind, to be an inspiration to his daughter Emily, so he rented a suit, went to camp, and became her own personal Santa Claus. Now known all over the country and featured in the HBO documentary Santa Camp, Chris Kennedy is with us now to tell his story. All right, welcome, Chris. First of all, you could be here on a segment for just Arkansas Style. You look great.
Well, thank you.
But this is your day. This is your day outfit. What's your job outfit, and how did this all come about?
Well, you know, on the weekends and after regular work, I don the red suit and become Santa Claus.
It sounds simple, but it's really not.
It's not. You know, I went up to camp in New Hampshire after I got a letter from some disgruntled person about my yard decorations a couple of years ago, and all it did was push me to become a professional Santa so that more people could see me or
Yeah.
see a black Santa.
Yeah, for sure. Santa is supposed to be nothing but happiness and joy, and coming out of a kind of a not great story, your story really brings a lot of light. What's it like to go to Santa Camp?
Santa Camp was actually really fun. I got to travel up to New Hampshire. I took time to go to a Red Sox game before I went. I learned tons of stuff at Santa Camp, like character development things and how to answer some of the difficult questions that kids would have.
Ooh, that's right. I didn't even, it's been so long since I've had a kid sit on Santa's lap. They do ask Santa tough questions.
Oh yeah, like how many reindeer you have, you know, what are the reindeer's name, what do they eat, where's Mrs. Claus, how many elves do you have? And once you learn all those stuff and you have all that stuff and you have all of your answers down, it's very simple. But it's very easy to make a kid feel special whenever you're visiting with them. Before they come up, you can get someone to relay their name there. That way you can greet them by name.
Oh, okay.
And it blows their mind. And the children that are meeting you don't care about the race you are. They're just happy to meet Santa.
Yeah, I don't think they see that at all.
Yeah, they
You know,
don't.
they really don't. Well, that's nice that you make them just feel at ease, because again, a lot of kids they cry when they sit on
Absolutely.
Santa's lap.
And one of the funnier things, that all you got to do is give a kid a high five as they're walking to you, and that, like, it'll take away some of that fear. You ask them what their favorite cookies are, and tell them what your favorite cookie is, and you just keep going from there. And the parents are always just absolutely loving what's going on. They're
Yeah.
seeing their kids be a true kid and enjoy Santa Claus.
Yeah. So you started this obviously from kind of a negative perspective with a letter, but you also wanted to be a role model for your daughter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so for me growing up, I never got to meet a black Santa as a child. And my wife and I started looking for them, and the closest one was in Houston. So, you know, that's an 8-hour drive. So I just decided to dress up for our friends and family after. I was going to do it before the letter, but the letter gave me the extra push to do it. And it's just been a magical experience since then. We want our daughter to see herself represented in every aspect of life. And Christmas was one of those things where there's not a lot of black characters or decorations out. We've made progress in the last 2 years, and now you can buy Black Paper Party, who is an Arkansas-owned company. You can buy their stuff at Walmart.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so there's plenty of decorations now. We need to make some progress on yard decorations because it's still really hard to find Black Santas, but Lowe's carries them, and we're starting to see a more inclusive environment for Santas of all skin tones.
Yeah, for sure. I love it. So what does your daughter have to say to you from this journey?
Oh, well, you know, I'm Santa. She introduces herself as Elfie because she's my elf and my wife is Mrs. Claus, and she tells anybody that'll listen that her dad is Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah. How does that go over in June?
Actually, you know, there's a big push for Santa in July, so it actually starts to drum up a little bit of business. People ask you about it, and my Santa calendar starts booking in June, so.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, what a privilege to have you here. I mean, for people at home who haven't been acquainted with your story, it's now become a documentary.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So Santa Camp is streaming on HBO Max. You can go out and watch it right now. HBO Max even has a deal where you can subscribe for $1.99 for the next 3 months.
Okay.
But it's streaming on there. There's a Santa, or Finn is a Santa with a disability, and Heidi and Levi are trans and lesbian Santa. They're married, and their story is covered in there. You get to see everything that we learn in Santa Camp, or not everything, but you get to see a lot of that and follow along with our stories and how they go. And honestly, Santa Finn is super inspiring to me, and I love every time I get to interact with him.
Okay, all right. So before we came on camera, you were talking to me a little bit about the Santa suit.
Yes.
You have a few and one in progress?
I have 3 at home, and I do have one that is being custom made, and it should debut next Christmas season.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm keeping it under wraps. I don't want anybody to
guess.
steal my designs. So. Yeah.
You're going to do a Santa dance? Is that right? Did I hear something about a Christmas dance?
There's one at the end of the documentary.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I got to catch that. So what has been like the most eye-opening thing that's happened through this whole process for you?
I would say the most eye-opening thing is 2 weeks ago when I was doing the Northern Lights Festival for the city of North Little Rock. Different kids just walking up and being amazed that Santa did look like them, different black kids. And then a lot of the Indian families that were there, they were just happy to see a brown Santa, and they like giving me fist bumps. And it's the truly amazing thing is to see how parents are interacting with me as well as kids. It's joy all around, and that's what I'm so happy to provide for different families.
Oh, that's so nice. And a lot of fun too.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Chris, well, I'll role play with you. I'll be Santa. What do you want for Christmas?
Santa wants a nap and a nice sandwich.
A sandwich and a nap.
Yeah.
I think that can be arranged.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's available through the North Pole.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's been a real pleasure to meet you, and hats off to you and your success coming from, you know, such a negative place, and how beautiful things have become for you and for your daughter in particular, and all the other people who look up to you.
Yeah, I'm so happy for it. I'm thankful for City of North Little Rock, who chose me to be their Santa for the last 2 years for the Northern Lights Festival. City of Maumelle for allowing me to come and be their Santa this weekend at their Christmas parade.
Hey.
And Southwest Little Rock, I'm doing their Christmas parade the week after that.
Look at all the people that come check you out.
Yeah, so I'm super happy for all of those cities to reach out and to truly want to show that Santa can be anyone.
Yeah, nice. Well, I don't know too much about Santa and his outfits, but I will tell you, we could certainly have you on as a model any day of the week.
I mean, yeah, invite me back. I'll gladly show up.
All right, Chris. Well, I'm going to take you up on that for sure. It's really nice to have you here in North Little Rock, too. It's very, it makes all of us proud.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, pleasure to meet you, and happy Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Right? Very good. So why go to the trouble of cooking a huge holiday spread of food when you can have locally sourced food catered right to your door? The Root Cafe will be here when we return to tell us more. Stay with us. You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. The Root Cafe is a popular spot here in Little Rock, cooking up mouth-watering, locally sourced food that strives to leave you feeling full and guilt-free. And this holiday season, they want to be the go-to caterer for your special events. Here to give us all the details are catering managers Kim Foray and Kevin Hammond. Hello, you two.
Hello. Hi, thanks for having us.
All right, so can I tell you a little secret? Sure. So I'm brand new here, as you know, and my girlfriend April came to visit me, and she just kind of yelped, you know, restaurants or whatever. She came to your spot, the first place, because of the fact that you're locally sourced, you know, and really try to use natural ingredients. So you're
That's
winning.
what we want to hear.
We're very lucky that a lot of our guests come from all over the country because of our downtown location and because of Yelp and because we're so lucky that the Airbnbs downtown list us as, you know, a place
option,
to go.
right.
And so we meet people. We have different license plates, you know, in our parking lot all
But the
time.
draw is that it's locally grown, you know, food that you try to source, right?
Right.
Yes.
So if you visit Arkansas, come to a restaurant that features local Arkansas produce and meats, and people
have the
love
farmers
that.
coming right back to the back door, you know,
Yeah.
like that's what we want. We want it to feel like you are getting a really good home cooked meal that was produced, made right in Arkansas.
Yeah, just like
And
in
you
your
can
own
tell.
kitchen.
You can tell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
grandma and grandpa's
We call
kitchen
it grandma chic is our aesthetic.
style. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a new one.
Work with it. Yeah, it works.
it's okay.
It works.
It's fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So how did you two get involved in this catering part?
Well,
Well, so I've been there 8.5 years. We've been open 11, and I think we both started working front of house. So it was like taking orders, making sandwiches, and then catering. You know, has always been a thing. But when I started 8 years ago, it was like here and there. Now we try to do 2 or 3 events a week. So it's lunches, it's the weekends we want to do wedding rehearsal dinners, wedding receptions, and so we go to the spectrum. But every time we do an event, they're like, I didn't know the Root catered. So having us here and handing out business cards, we do the bridal shows, trying to get out that, hey, we can do something a little bit different than everybody else, because it's all local. Your guests from out of town are going to see everything and where it's from. And again, it's all local, so it's a selling point.
And won't you be proud to serve this at your party? I mean, your special event. You'd
We
be so
and that's the
proud.
thing.
It's easy.
I think
We're
that's
the
another
face,
thing.
yeah.
We like being the face of this. We like being proud to bring you a million bites, you know, of just a flavor that you probably won't get anywhere else. And I am biased, but it's also true. So I think that we just love being proud to come here and just get excited about all this good stuff.
It's
I mean,
easy
you
for
know,
us. It
yeah,
really
yeah,
is.
exactly. So
Well, haven't I been so patient to not dive
You
in
really
yet?
have.
Really, that
I'm
should have
very
been the first
impressed.
All
thing
right,
we
let's
talked
get
about.
to the main event.
Yes.
You brought, like you said, 1,000 little bites.
Yes,
Where
we
do
did.
you want to start?
Well, I think you can start with a deviled egg here.
Okay, a deviled
because
egg.
that's kind of the more classic. We
Southern
definitely
style,
we,
yeah.
yes,
Okay.
we definitely want
Get
you to
over here.
have some familiar favorites, you know, things like that. So this is actually our curried deviled egg. Our chef loves to do renditions on everything that you're used to having. So this is a curried deviled egg with a cilantro garnish and then sweet pickle relish on the bottom. So
There's relish on the bottom
Yep,
of that?
yep.
Oh,
so
that's
you're
so
getting
smart.
I
A
know,
surprise,
I know.
yeah, it
so
doesn't
you're
fall
getting
off the
all those
top.
good textures, just you know,
Yes.
in its own way, you know.
That
But
is
then
so smart.
What we really need to focus on here
Okay.
is we have award-winning cornbread here.
Oh,
award-winning.
okay. Let me guess.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
It has a pecan puree puree on top, and then some of us here at the studio have tried some spiced pecans, and they are lovely, and you can enjoy them at the restaurant, bring them home to your family. But it's so good. I mean, I can't tell you, our cornbread, it is vegan and gluten-free.
No way.
But you would never be able to
Unbelievable,
tell.
right?
You would
When
never
you
be
look
able
at
to tell.
that, no way. That
No.
looks like a delicious.
And once you eat it, it won't be like, oh yeah, of course this is vegan and gluten-free. No, no, no. You won't be able to tell. And I often tell people after, and they're like, what? So yeah. So that's really exciting. And then we have a bulgogi beef, incredible crostini dill kimchi situation.
Is this what this is?
It's a kimchi on top.
What's kimchi?
So it's a fermented cabbage, or it doesn't have to be cabbage, it can be cucumbers or any other vegetable, but it's fermented and it has this kind of tart, just really unique flavor that you see it oftentimes in Asian dishes, but you can kind of make it expanding over a lot of different themes. But it's really good.
Yeah, it's so pretty too. Very
Yes,
colorful.
very pretty. I don't want to steal all of the thunder. If you want to talk
Okay, so
about it, you can.
we'll move forward.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
pimento cheese is our house-made pimento cheese.
Oh,
That is
there
a
you go.
summer
All you
squash.
Arkansans.
That's right.
We got
so
you
everybody's
covered.
got a pimento cheese. We love ours.
Okay.
That is a summer squash relish that's on top, and then we didn't mention all of our crostinis, which is the vessel there is a community bakery baguette that
yep.
we cut up and toast in our ovens, and
Okay.
then do it for a variety. We have another one there that's also on the crostini.
Yep.
Very nice.
And yeah, those are vegan too. so.
Okay, cool. All right, moving forward, I can't help but notice what's this little
I was gonna
dealio?
say.
Go, Kim.
Oh, okay.
Ready?
Great. I wanted to talk about this.
Surprise.
Okay, so everyone's like, is that a pork rind? Yeah,
I know.
why you're asking that.
Yes.
Because it does look like a pork rind. It is kind of. It is a vegan beet cracklin. So I'm not going to tell you all the secrets to it, okay? But just know that you take beet juice and then it becomes this by magic. And
But it's
magic.
crunchy. It's just like a pork rind.
it is so
but
good.
no meat, nothing.
It's so good. It's
And
just
good
an
for you.
easy snack. Yeah, it's an easy snack. It's airy, it's light, and it's also good for you. So,
Crunchy.
yeah.
Oh, look at you.
There you go. So I
See
want
it?
you to hear
See?
the crunch.
And people just freak out over that because it's the visual, and then yeah.
They can't believe it. They've never
Right.
heard of that.
Yeah.
And Chef has done beet crackling, turnip
Hot sauce
crackling.
I really would love to know how that's
Carrot.
made.
Yes.
Okay, what's this little shot of goodness?
Soup shot. So
A
we got
soup shot?
Yes.
It is a soup
So
shot.
we like to call it that. A lot of people are like, does it have alcohol? It doesn't. But it is our butternut squash soup with a green curry and a coconut milk garnish. We have brought these similar bites to several weddings. We went around with a tray with soup shots, and everybody cheersed at the wedding reception
All right.
and did a soup shot. And so we should cheers right now.
Cheers to you,
I think we should.
Kevin and Kim
Nicole,
at the Root
thanks for having
Cafe.
us. Let's
Thanks for
go.
coming in. Happy
Absolutely.
holidays to everybody. Now, if you're hosting this holiday season, you're going to want your kitchen to be in tip-top shape. So Susan Johnson with Kitchen Tune-Up will join us after the break to help get your home party ready. Stick around. You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
This segment is sponsored by Kitchen Tune-Up. Welcome back to Arkansas Style. Susan Johnson, owner of Kitchen Tune-Up, is here with us again to discuss how to get your kitchen ready and in tip-top shape for your holiday get-togethers. Thank you so much for being here, Susan. I am loving this topic because kitchen is the heart of the home. It is the centerpiece. It's the show-off spot. But some people need their kitchen tuned up
That's correct.
badly.
Badly.
But they're too afraid to take the plunge.
Right.
You take all that scariness out of it
That's
through
our
a
ultimate
process, right?
That's right.
All right, so what's step one if we know our kitchen needs a tune-up? What do we do?
When you contact us or whomever, the first question typically it should be, what's your timeline for getting that done?
Okay.
Is this something that you're wanting to do, you're ready to do now? And we kind of back into it. You know, is it something that you want to have completed in 3 months, 6 months? What's your time from start to finish of wanting to walk into that kitchen and go, oh, it's beautiful.
Okay, so let me just ask you, is there a short timeline and a long timeline? I mean, I imagine people can put it off for a long time, but what's the quickest turnaround?
Well, it depends upon the service you want.
I knew you were going to say that.
If you are thinking about gutting it and starting from scratch, obviously that's going to be a much longer process than I just want a facelift. I just want a refresh. That could be something that takes, you know, from ordering to completion 4 to 6 weeks. For new cabinets, it's a lot. The process is just longer because there's more aspects to manage and to order and to make happen.
Okay, so you have a kitchen remodeling guide that's available, right? And I imagine you show this to your friends, you know, this kind of a catalog of sorts to talk about some of the options that are available.
Correct. It's really a good brainstorming tool.
Okay.
It gets, what we want to do is get homeowners thinking. And I call it TGIF. We're going to think about timelines, we're going to think about our goal, we're going to think about our investment, and then we're going to think about the fun thing, the finishes. You know, what's the ultimate look that we're trying to achieve with all of those things.
Look at this. So cabinet refacing, you've got the before and afters. That does get the creative juices going. What is this one? Cabinet
Redooring, where we're just putting on new doors.
Okay, okay.
And then we offer a tune-up service too. This is painting, and then we also offer a tune-up service for cabinets that are stained, where we're just really wanting to do a refresh on those.
Okay. Now, on this timeline that we're talking about, I imagine one of the questions you ask is how much are you looking to invest, you know, in your project, right?
Right.
So talk me through a little bit about that.
You know, it's interesting. I always like to give examples. We had an individual that came in and really thought that they needed all new cabinets and had a design, and that was, we talked about budget, and they were all in on that budget, but the thing that they could not get through was the timeline and how long their kitchen was going to be down, you know, when you start tearing things out. And that just did not fit their lifestyle. So they realized that that was not the right service for them, and we're going to do just a facelift and new doors, and we're going to do some accessories and tweak some things, and the homeowner feels totally at peace that they're going to get what they ultimately want without something that was important, was important to them, the timeline of the kitchen being down.
So for those of you at home who are listening to this segment with Susan, this is exactly why you hire Kitchen Tune-Up, because you go to them with your ideas, you go to them with your budget, your wish list, and then Susan is able to talk to you about what's possible, what the timeline is, what it's going to cost, and then you give people options so they can make decisions based on their timeline and budget.
Absolutely.
Girl, I mean...
So, you know, it's one of those things. We look at Houzz, we look at Pinterest, we look at HGTV, we get bombarded and we get overwhelmed. And we don't know how to get from point A to point B. And what in our mind thinks we have to do is sometimes not actually what has to happen. So having someone to hold your hand, do a brainstorming tool, provide the options, and then the ultimate decision maker is obviously the homeowner, and what is going to be the best option for them to ultimately get to the goal where they want it to be.
Well, and I mean, you've done hundreds of kitchens. So for you to go in and meet with Susan, she's seen it and done it all. There isn't a problem that she cannot solve. So all you need to do is take that first step to go make an appointment and visit and see your little puppy dog.
That's
too.
right. Avi would love to.
Yeah, she's got the most adorable dog. But what's really cool is stop in and pick up this catalog too, because I found this really a great resource to kind of help talk you through the process. Well, I'm a big believer in what you do. Your kitchen is your heart of your home. It's the centerpiece. It's the bragging place.
That's right.
Got to get it tuned up.
And we would love to be the person to do it.
Oh, Susan, you're the best. All right, so this segment was sponsored by Kitchen Tune-Up. Now, Dr. Jean Way will join us when we return to discuss the negative effects that aging can have on your hair. Stay with us. You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. Now, one of the many concerns we face as we age is thinning and or hair loss. There's plenty of supplements and salves advertised, but here to give us the facts is Dr. Jean Way. She is a cardiologist and expert in geriatric medicine and care at UAMS and has a wide range of accolades under her belt. We are always so proud to have her on the show to give it to us straight. Jean, because we're on a first name basis.
Yes, we are.
And this tiny little body is just mountains and mountains of knowledge.
Oh, no,
and
but thank you.
I've been slowly going through your book.
Thank you.
Quite impressive.
Oh, thank
your information and the people who contribute too,
Yes.
who you're friends with.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise,
Yeah.
girl. Woo!
Woo.
But it is nice to have you back, and
you.
it's always important to me for the people at home who are watching to not feel afraid to talk to their doctor and to be able to get it straight, and you're our girl.
Thank you.
You're it.
Thank you, Nicole. I'm delighted to be here, and I just want to let you know how grateful I am, how honored I feel to get a chance to share this little moment with everybody. And today we're going to talk about hair. And hair is something that is so important to every one of us, and many of us are more vain than we would like to admit, but vanity is actually a positive attribute. So don't worry if you feel like you're vain, because it's better to be vain than not to be vain. Okay. Now it actually is a major predictor for longevity, and we'll talk about that another time. But I want to talk about hair. Every one of us, I think, will undergo some changes in our hair over time, and more men start to lose hair a little bit sooner. But women are going to start to notice some changes in the thickness of their hair over a little bit of time. And then as we go through our mid-30s and 40s and 50s, we're going to notice that our hair might get a little bit thin. But I think we need to talk about the causes, because we can, fix it, we can prevent it, we can delay it if we know what to do.
So let me ask you, is it different genetics between men's hair loss and women's hair loss in general? I mean, I'm not talking about specific, but in general, is it different?
So that's an excellent question. If you look at a young man and you look at his mom and dad, and you look at the dad, and if the dad is kind of balding, the chances are pretty good that the young man will probably also start balding in the not too distant few decades. If you look at a woman and you look at her mom, you might not be able to always tell. But if she could tell you what her mom's hair really looks like, well, you know what I'm trying to say, then you could see it. So I heard somebody asking her hairstylist, gee, I wish I had more hair like you. So the hairstylist said, well, what did your mom's hair look like? Because if your mom's hair was a little thin, then it'll probably be a little bit thinner. If your mom's hair was like a big bush, then you're probably going to have a lot of hair. And that's the truth. Genetics does play a part, but it's not the only determinant. There's a whole lot you can do to keep the hair that you have and make it as beautiful as you are. But the truth is, you are beautiful. It doesn't matter. And nobody else is going to notice it, and don't worry about it. But
you do give us permission to just be ourselves, and I appreciate that.
Yes.
But you did just hint that there are some things that we could do if we wanted just to feel a little bit more secure in our hair.
Yes. So let's talk about it. There are several reasons why your hair starts to get a little bit thinner. One of which, as I mentioned, it could be your health condition. Now, your health condition includes everything. Includes, where you are in terms of a life cycle, in terms of what medications you're on, in terms of what your blood concentrations of certain important ingredients might be. So I'm talking about the fact that perhaps if you're under stress, of course all of us are under stress, but if you're under a little more stress than usual, that could make some of your hair get a little thinner. Not because you're pulling them out, but because when you're stressed, your hair will tend to be a little thin. Well, what about something else that might contribute to your hair thinning? I mentioned that Sometimes, depending on the medicine we're on and or our stage of life, like menopause or premenopause or postmenopause, some of the hair changes might occur. In addition to that, our diet, right? It depends on what we like to eat and how do we keep all the nutrients that we need. In particular, I just want to mention a few important nutrients. They include zinc, iron, biotin, and vitamin D. Now, can you have too much of any of those? You could, but would you like to get it checked? You might. Or you can just take multiple vitamins to start. I will tell you, some of these take a while, so don't give up. For example, I have patients who take biotin, and they come back, several weeks later and say, well, I don't see any difference. Well, if you wait 3 months or 4 months, all of a sudden your hair's going to start looking gorgeous, and you don't know what happened. That's what happened.
Look at that, just a multivitamin with those ingredients, and be sure to check with your doctor that you're not taking too much.
Yes.
But you don't have to invest in all of these lotions and potions to try and get it going, unless you want to go to your hairdresser and get the lotions and potions there, which is not cheap. But
no, right. So let's talk about the lotions and potions. One thing is the chemicals in hair dyes. I'm sorry, but I got to mention it. It can make the shaft of your hair a little bit thinner, and it can make it so that it'll be a little more brittle. But nevertheless, I know it's important, so just keep that in mind. The other thing is, if you really want to, think about some of the medications, you know what they are, but I'll just mention them for you. One of which is minoxidil. Minoxidil is no longer under patent, so lots of people are using all kinds of different concentrations, brand names. The bottom line is it does work, and this was how it was discovered, by the way, was people were taking it for blood pressure, and they started noticing they got a hole full of head.
A happy accident, we call that, Dr. Way.
It was great.
You'll come back again next week and answer more of our questions.
Yes.
Oh, you're the best. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now, we've got more holiday goodies after the break. We'll be back with AAA Home Center to talk about their 25 days of deals and giveaways. Stick around. You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
This segment is sponsored by AAA Home Center. Christmas is coming early. Do you love deals and giveaways? Well, we're at AAA Appliances with 25 days of deals and giveaways. I'm with Corey Combs. Corey, you're like Santa, but in a girl form. Tell me about the event that you're hosting this month.
All right, so the No Child Go Hungry event is going to be December 3rd.
Okay.
So we want the community to come in and help us pack 10,000 meals from 9 a.m. to whenever we get finished. So if somebody has maybe 15, 20 minutes to come and help make these meals, we would love the help.
And if you're at home and you're looking for something to do, you can come for just 30 minutes.
Right.
You can come for the whole day, what have you, right? You need help, though.
Yes, we need help.
Oh. All right, so the 25 days of deals and giveaways, this is your 3rd year of doing this, right? Okay, so, and you're kind of the Santa behind all of this. You've got free stuff.
Yes.
How do people get involved?
So it's strictly social media. So if you follow our Facebook and Instagram, we will actually post on there a giveaway for that day or a deal day. So we have 17 giveaways this year, the biggest we've ever had. So we will actually make a post. Mr. Christmas, which is my husband, will actually come, and we dress up and we wear ugly sweaters, and we'll show you what the giveaway will be for the day. And then you just follow our steps. You're just gonna like, share our page, and we may ask you what your favorite dessert is or what your favorite reindeer is, and you comment, and that gets you entered, and then we'll let you know when we'll select that winner. And
okay, so this is all through social media. So right now, jump up and run to your computer and be sure to connect with AAA Appliances. What's the social handles that they can connect?
So the Facebook and Instagram is just AAA Home Center.
AAA Home Center. Okay. Instagram, Facebook, go like their page. Now let's talk about some of the freebies that people can take home.
Okay, so we're actually super close to some right here. So we have a $1,000 gift card. This is to be used here in the store on anything. So you'll have till December 25th to use this.
Whoa, $1,000! Imagine what
Yes.
you can get, because I mean, the deals in here really are incredible. I mean, you can get so much for $1,000.
You can.
Okay.
Acima has donated a gift card as well. They donated a $75 gift card. Over here, we have GE donated a chest freezer that we're actually going to give away.
Okay, that's fantastic. It's really, really deep and roomy, brand new.
Yes.
And free if you win.
So if you like the Sonic Ice, this is a GE Opal ice maker that sits on your counter.
What's a Sonic Ice? I don't know what that is.
So like when you go to Sonic, the perfect little cubes of ice.
Oh, the actual fast
Check
food
this out.
restaurant?
Look at this, yes. They're little nuggets.
I'm new to Arkansas, so I'm learning these things. So you have an ice machine that actually can copycat Sonic's ice, and this is a high demand item, huh?
Yes.
I love it.
Sonic Ice.
All
So
right,
we
what
do
else?
have some more giveaways. So this is a recliner by Affordable that we will be giving away.
Look at this.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's the perfect color.
Yes, yes. We have KitchenAid, a mixer here. This is the nice
Oh, look at
5-quart
this.
mixer.
That is great.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Love the red. You have an Auric vacuum.
Ooh.
We have lamps. We have memory foam pillows. More gift cards. There's two 500 gift cards.
Okay.
To be used here in the store. Some nice nightstands by Joffran.
Ooh. Yeah, look at the hardware on that. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes.
Corey, I mean, you've got us covered for the holidays.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, free stuff, all of our home appliances, all these beautiful furnishings. You've got mattresses.
Yes.
I mean, this is really a one-stop shop for all of your holiday needs.
Definitely.
So when should they start liking the Instagram and Facebook to enter to win?
Okay, so everything will kick off December 1st.
Okay.
So I would go ahead and like right now, turn those notifications on, make sure you're following us to where whenever we go live December 1st, your phone's gonna ding and you'll be ready.
Ooh, your phone's gonna ding. That'd be the best ding ever. And then don't forget December 3rd. No Child Goes Hungry.
Correct.
Okay, you're gonna come here to the store.
Come into the store 9 a.m. We will, of course, do 10,000 meals. We'll be here until we finish, and these meals are going to our community. So it is to feed the children of Little Rock.
Well, Corey, you make holiday shopping so much fun with 25 deals and steals and giveaways at AAA Home Center. Always affordable appliances. What a great place. And it's so much more than appliances. So be sure to go like their Facebook and their Instagram. Corey, it's been so much fun visiting with you, and you have such a big heart. Thank you for all the things that you're doing for the community this holiday season. And she's the best looking Santa I've ever seen. Thanks for having us out. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
This segment was sponsored by AAA Home Center. Now we'll be right back after this. You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Don't forget, it's time to give back this season, so drop off those toys at any of Hank's Fine Furniture's 6 locations around Central Arkansas. They will be out there waiting for you until December 18th. Thank you so much for joining us today. We will see you all again next time with love. Mwah.
Thank you for watching Arkansas Style with Nicole Neiman, sponsored in part by Vantage Health Plan. Furniture provided by Hank's Fine Furniture.